madam. Read their current AO manual.
So the current manual says a lot of things differently. First, we are classically taught that you dorsiflex the ankle completely before you put the screw so that you have the widest part of the talus. Again, that it is believed that it does not restrict any dorsiflexion. Secondly, removal, they say if it breaks, then you go for removal, because in about 80% of cases it will not break. Okay, that is one reason why they say use 2 tricortical screws, because even if they break, it does not matter because they are well covered by soft tissue, they can remain inside. And if you are using a single cortical screw, quadricortical, then they recommend that you leave it 2 threads outside medially, so that if you need to extract, you can extract it from media.
Can I add on to that? The teaching used to be 2 3.5 mm tricortical screws, right, or 1 4.5 mm 4 cortex screw. Does that still hold?
No. Even the quadricortical screw can be 3.5. It is just that you are adding 1 cortex here.
Okay.
Good evening. I'll be showing one case of open rotation interfixation of comminuted fracture distal tibia with medial plate. So, this is a 58-year-old male patient having this kind of fracture. Luckily, the skin and soft tissue was good. So
this is a very, very interesting case, and a lot of interesting concepts can be discussed here. Yeah. So who would volunteer to speak for this case? Somebody? Madam Gay. Yeah, would you like to say something to that? How would you manage to fix this? All the soft tissues are fine, everything is settled up.
So I would fix the fibula also. And
what will you fix first? How will you fix?
MIPO, tibia, MIPO for the tibia and open.
What will be your first fixation, tibia or fibula?
Fibula.
Why don't you just see the X-ray more? Don't you think there are a lot of air shadows all around? All those black lines in the middle of the soft tissues? Is that something to worry about, or you're happy? Fracture is comminuted, we put a plate, the fibula, put a bridge plate, but don't you think the soft tissues, there's something more happening there? See, the soft tissues are not the normal layers of the skin, isn't it?
Yes.
There are so many black lines in the middle of the soft tissues over there. So should you be concerned about this?
Yes, sir, for compartments. And
you should?
Yes, sir.
So what would be your sequence? Tibia first, fibula first?
Also fibula first and then...
How many here agree fibula first? Anybody wants to do tibia first? Yeah. So why fibula first and why not tibia first?
So fibula because it's less comminuted and to achieve the length, and then you can just slide a MIPO plate.
So fibula first for achieving your length and rotation.
Yes.
I did tibia first, but I used distractor rod and achieved the length. And because I wanted first to get the length restored well. By doing anything, fixing fibula first and by manipulating, I didn't want to, disturb the biology of the fixation. So like the plan wise, like I wanted to have good alignment of the fracture fragments as well, because they were quite high wired, but I didn't want to touch every fragment. I wanted to restore the length of tibia, and as we discussed, tibia, fibula, which one to fix first. Importantly, I want everybody to have distractor rod, all simple instruments ready for this type of fracture fixation. Principles to follow: you should be very careful handling your soft tissues. Peroxide stripping should be minimal. If possible, like interfragmentary screws for at least getting the bone tube well maintained. Prevent the varus or valgus angulation at the distal part. All type of bone reduction clamps, distraction rod. I like this dental toothpick a lot for reduction of smaller fragments. And this is the post-op X-ray. I used a distractor rod, then applied this pre-contoured medial plate, fixed the metaphysis and diaphysis, and then I tried to align the comminuted fragments. I put interfragmentary screws, those are just to limit the haywardness of it, so at least I get a continuous sleeve of bone, and then fix the fibula. Started mobilization of this knee and ankle fast. Fracture healed well in 3 months' time. And anyhow, patient wanted to get implants removed. This is the picture. I removed this 2 years later, and patients all good.
Satish,
Yeah.
can I ask, is there any merit in saying if you do the fibula first, for example, in this patient, get the length and then just put in a suprapatellar nail for the distal tibia? Because there is no intra-articular combination.
Today I would do that.
Yes. Why would I even touch the tibia? I would just put a nail. I'd put the fibula is non-comminuted. It will be a simple fracture to fix. No, if you see that, so the fibula is not comminuted.
So if you analyze here, if this fracture was in valgus, a buttress plate on the fibula and then a nail would make sense.
Yes.
Now if we do a varus moment fracture, wherein we have plated the fibula, so it's holding the fibula back, and you have got a nail. On weight bearing, the moment of forces are going to still act in varus. So with a nail in situ, he can still go into a varus malunion or a non-union. It's a junctional fracture. So even if you would have nailed, you would have still had to do a buttress medial tibial plate or a nail on a plate.
No. I mean, I don't think, I would disagree. I would flate the fibula first and nail the tibia. Satish, suprapatellar nail.
That's exactly what I would do, but what Anoop is trying to say is the distal tibia fractures, the extra-articular fractures, conceptually are divided into the varus type and the valgus type. Depending on which side the comminution is more,
Why should
they
I touch
tend
this
to
tibia?
fail that side more. But to me, it appears like a global comminution. So I would not tend to think that's varus valgus. But yes, he has a valid point.
And second thing, Satish, lovely result, Samir. But the point is that if you are going to plate the tibia,
You can do a MIPO.
you just do a MIPO. Why are you opening up and trying to put interfrags? You got away with it. It's a great result.
Actually, I started with MIPO only.
Huh.
But the few fragments were having sharp spikes. Those were,
Mipo for tibia or fibula?
No, tibia.
tibia.
I have fixed the fibula first. That is my
Correct, but
first
that's-
procedure.
But the fragments having quite sharp edges, as you see this, that was coming beneath the skin. I was like thinking that will endanger otherwise the skin condition.
But you were putting your soft tissues at a massive risk because there's a lot of soft tissue trauma here. Though the soft tissues were good as per your first slide,
Yeah.
there's a big risk of wound issues here if you're going to open such a big incision.
Very, very.
I mean, you prayed well.
Meticulously.
No, you prayed well, but that's about the only thing I can say. Thanks.
I also agree with sir that, I guess if we had plated the fibula first, the comminution alignment would be very different. And then you may have thought of doing a MIPO would have been easier. And also when the fracture is that comminuted, I don't know if you want to take care of all the fragments. You just want to leave it as it is because it will throw a lot of new bone. So there will be healing in that area. Even if you do a bridge plating just across the fracture.
Junction of distal, the blood, vascularity is very precarious. I thought at least have few things limited in one sleeve of bone.